A seed looks small, ordinary, easy to overlook, but some seeds don't arrive alone. They come with documents, labels, contracts, and a promise. Higher yields, fewer worries. In places like Pakistan and Tajikistan, many of those seeds now travel from China. This isn't just a story about farming. It's about what happens when powerful hybrids meet local traditions, about who benefits, who takes a risk, and who quietly ends up shaping the future of the harvest. Across Asia, farming is quietly changing. It's no longer just about land and labor. It's about seeds, chemicals, knowledge, and the systems that deliver them. In countries like Pakistan and Tajikistan, farmers are planting more imported hybrid seeds than ever before. These seeds promise bigger harvests and more consistent results. And most of them are coming from Chinese seed companies that have learned how to connect global supply with local needs. Seeds don't just grow food, they shape power. In both countries, control over seeds has quietly shifted away from public systems and into corporate hands. Today, private companies, seed dealers, and so-called modernization policies decide what farmers can plant, how they plant it, and who carries the risk when things go wrong. In the early 2000s, China's seed industry took off. Rice and maize hybrids spread so quickly that companies were producing far more seed than the country could use. In fact, enough to cover national demand twice over. That surplus pushed Chinese seed companies to look beyond their borders. At the same time, Beijing was promoting a powerful bioeconomy strategy, backing major agribusiness mergers like ChemChina and Syngenta. With government support, Chinese firms began testing, selling, and even producing seeds overseas. Different players had different reasons, but together they created a clear global push. But the real story starts at home. In Pakistan, the seed sector was opened up in the 1990s. In Tajikistan, markets were open too, while public seed systems quietly weakened. Over time, farmers began to trust foreign seeds more, not because they're always better, but because they're easier to find, better marketed, and officially approved faster. Today, government systems register hybrid seeds far more quickly than open-pollinated ones. And when policy makes one option easier, the market simply follows. Demand meets supply. Walk into any seed shop in Katlon or around Dushanbe, and you'll see the same thing on the shelves. Bright packets of Chinese hybrid maize, usually just a few popular varieties, cheap, neatly sealed in 2.5 kilo bags, already treated and ready to plant. Most of these seeds come from Xinjiang, where the climate feels a lot like Tajikistan's lowlands. That's why farmers trust them. But the Chinese companies aren't actually here. They don't run local shops. Instead, Tajik dealers order the seeds online, pay in advance, and move them through logistics brokers. The business happens quietly, through traders, not storefronts. By the time a farmer picks up a packet, that seed has already traveled thousands of kilometers, crossing borders before it ever touches Tajik soil. Farmers are seeing a big difference. With popular Chinese hybrid seeds, many report harvests of around 10 tons per hectare, almost double what they used to get from local open-pollinated varieties. The price also matters. At about 30 to 40 simoni per kilo, these seeds are far more affordable than Turkish or European hybrids, which can cost nearly twice as much. Another advantage is pest control. The pre-treated seeds help protect young plants, reducing early losses in the field. And finally, there's trust. Farmers say sealed packets feel more reliable than informal open-pollinated seeds, which they often describe as inconsistent. Hybrid seeds promise high yields, But they come with a catch. Farmers have to buy them every single season. Many accept the cost, believing performance is worth the price. But the risks don't stop there. One hailstorm wiped out two farmers' entire germinating crop, and nearly half of their financial loss was just the seed, gone before it even grew. Some livestock refused to eat the stems. Others struggled to digest them compared to local varieties. And lately, farmers and seed dealers are worried. They're seeing fewer cobs per plant, uneven grading, declining quality. Some suspect second-generation seed is being sold as first. Others blame rush packing from overseas. However it happens, one thing is clear. When seed quality fails, the farmer pays the price, right there in the field. Even if a farmer wants to go back to open-pollinated maize, keeping it pure is tough. Neighboring fields with hybrid maize can cross-pollinate, and within just a couple of seasons, the original traits start to blur. To prevent this, you'd need flowers to bloom at different times. But with a tight irrigation schedule, that's just not realistic. In the end, biology and the market work together. Once hybrids take over, dependency isn't just a choice, it becomes the system. In Pakistan, hybrid maize has mostly been controlled by big multinational companies from the global north. But hybrid rice, especially the long-grain, non-basmati variety, often called the coarse segment, offered a new opportunity. Starting in the late 1990s, China's Yuan Longping High-Tech teamed up with Guard Rice, and soon others joined in, like Winal High-Tech and Wuhan Qingfa Hisheng. Most of them worked through local Pakistani partners and sold their rice under familiar local brand names. Hybrid rice varieties can boost yields by 15 to 20% compared to traditional coarse rice, a real game changer, especially for small farms. And it's not just about growing more. Pakistan's rice exports to China have tripled in the last 10 years. The coarse rice from these hybrids sells easily abroad, even back to China. Farmers are chasing higher yields. Exporters are chasing bigger volumes. Hybrid seeds, they're the link that brings both together. Lately, some Chinese companies are changing the way they do things in Pakistan. Instead of importing ready-to-use hybrid seeds, they're now producing them locally with Pakistani partners, especially down in southern Sindh. Why? It's simple. Importing the parent seeds and then growing them where land and labor are cheaper saves a lot of money. By the end of 2022, at least 4 companies were already producing seeds on anywhere from 1,200 to 2,100 hectares, generating around 3,500 to 6,000 tons of hybrid seed every year. And these numbers are still going up. In southern Sindh, farming often happens under a system called sharecropping. Here, landlords own the land, and tenants, called haris, do the hard work. They split the costs for seeds and inputs down the middle, but when the harvest comes, about 75% of the grain goes straight to the landlord. At today's seed prices, around 175 to 250 Pakistani rupees per kilogram, a farmer working 2 hectares might earn roughly $1,000 over 6 months. Sounds decent, right? But that's before paying for fertilizers, seeds, and taking care of their family. The real money, it turns out, is made upstream, with the seed companies not on the fields where people sweat the most. This isn't just one company taking over. Seeds come from all over. Turkish, EU, and Pakistani firms are in the mix. Multinationals dominate maize, and Chinese companies corner certain markets, like maize in Tajikistan or coarse rice in Pakistan. But the bigger picture isn't just about who sells what. It's about how power is consolidating. Strong marketing, supportive policies, and wide dealer networks are turning seeds into big business, while traditional seed sharing and public breeding are quietly fading away. In Tajikistan, traditional maize varieties are slowly disappearing as hybrid seeds take over, and with them, the country's agricultural diversity is shrinking. Meanwhile, in Sindh, hybrid rice often needs more water than local coarse or basmati varieties, a big challenge in a region already running low on water. Yields may go up, but farmers' long-term resilience, that's not so certain. Production is guaranteed, says a Tajik farmer, nodding as he buys his seeds for the season. But not everyone is so sure. Another farmer looks at his smaller cobs and wonders what went wrong this year. Across the border, a Pakistani exporter smiles. China is snapping up everything our fields can grow. Meanwhile, in Sindh, a tenant farmer pushes back, insisting on traditional local varieties to avoid costly inputs, and once he even wins by threatening to walk away. Across these stories, one thing becomes clear. The rewards and the risks aren't shared equally. Is global China reshaping the world of seeds? The story is a bit more subtle. Chinese companies aren't starting something new. They're stepping into a system that's already moving. They speed up the process of turning seeds into commodities, especially where policy, markets, and biology all line up. In the end, it's not where the seed comes from that matters most. It's who gets to buy it, who makes the decisions, and who has to deal with whatever nature throws their way. A single seed can be so much more than it seems. It can open doors to a bigger harvest, to distant markets, even to someone else's profit. In places like Pakistan and Tajikistan, hybrid seeds have brought bigger crops, but also new dependencies. So the real question isn't just whose seed we plant, it's whose rules we end up harvesting under. What's growing in your fields, gardens, or backyards? Share with us below. To support us in bringing you more of the political economy of agrarian production, please subscribe to this channel. We will be back again with another story from the field every Wednesday on this channel.